All right, good morning. This is Coach Steve, and today we are going to do a 3-round, 9-exercise routine. If you have to record this information on your watch, make sure you hit start, and we're going to do a little warm up at the beginning. We'll do the routine. If you have time for one set, do one set. If you have time for two, do two. If you have time for three, then do all three. All right, so we're going to start with a warm up. Just to get our body active, so go ahead and spin side to side. Nice big rotations. Get those ankles involved, get a spin on them, get those knees warmed up, shoulders going, get the spine loosened up. All right, let's go down in a half squat and a reach. Good job. Get those glutes activated, get the knees activated, shoulders, face. All right, from here, let's go ahead and reach it to across your body and to the side. Get some of that lateral motion going. Open up those fingers as you reach. Get full extension on that upper back. Get those ankles involved as well. And let's do a couple more repeats of this. All right, and back to center. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna start with in crab position first. So if you're able to get on the ground, go for it. Otherwise, you can use the chair, hold on to the handles, and get into that crab position so you're a little bit elevated. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, get into position. We're going to get into crab position, and we're going to do a cross crab touch today. If you're using a chair, just go ahead and do some crab dips. All right, ready? And go. So lift your hand up, touch your foot. This is a good multi-joint movement. Got to keep your core pulled in. Keep a nice tight core. Keep your balance. Good job. Keep it up. These animal movements are super useful for all of your joints, because they really get everything activated. All right, 5 more seconds. All right, and done. Go ahead and stand up. So we're gonna do jumping jacks for this one. So if you wanna do a full jumping jack, you can do that. Otherwise, I'll start with a more basic jumping jack. Ready? And go. So this is the more basic jumping jack. Get your arms up and over, and just move one leg in and out. All right, if that's where you are, go ahead and take it from here. If you need to get a little bit more out of it, go ahead and hop it out. The faster you go, the more of a cardio exercise it's going to be. I highly suggest, if you do jumping jacks ever, that you keep your feet nice and tight to center. That'll avoid you overextending your legs out to the side and possibly injuring yourself. So keep those jumping jacks nice and tight. That'll also give you the opportunity of making those jumping jacks faster. All right, and 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, we're going down to the ground and we're gonna do marching bridges. If you're unable to get on the ground, I want you to do a back bend where you're just arching your back backwards. All right, let's get into the position, lift your hips, drive those knees up. Ready? And go. Engage those glutes. Use your thumbs to poke your glutes to make sure they're nice and tight. Good job. If you need to, there is an option just to stay in this plank or this bridge position. Keep those glutes nice and tight. Keep them up there. All right, 5 seconds to go. And done. All right, awesome. All right, we're going to turn over to plank position. All right, so go ahead and get into plank position. If you need to do this elevated plank, go ahead and do that off of a chair. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a plank knee drive. All right, ready? Drive those knees to your elbows. Okay, so go ahead and get started on that. If you need another option, you can go down to your knees and kick them backwards. All right, try to maintain that plank position and kick them back. There's all kind of options that you can do for this one. If you need to make this even harder, another option is to make this almost into a mountain climber where you're really driving those knees fast. All right, 15 seconds. And rest. Whew. All right, we're up to our feet. Whew, that was a tough one. All right, so what we're gonna do for this one is that we're gonna drive our knees forward just like we did on the ground, except we're also gonna raise our hands. So it's gonna look like, try to get across on that. Let's go ahead and get started. Bring your hands up, drive the knee across the midline. Now, option to hold onto a chair and drive your knee and raise that arm up if you need to. Option to put a little hop into it each time too. So go where your body's taking you. Make sure you listen to that body and make sure if you feel like that it's too much that you just take a little break. Okay? All right, let's finish this one up strong. And then we're getting back on the ground again. All right, 10 seconds. And rest. All right, we're down on the ground. You can do this from a chair as well. So option for a chair. If you're on the ground, go ahead and tip your lower back into the ground. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna draw the letters of the alphabet with our legs. All right, ready and go. Whichever alphabet you want to use is fine. You can go printing, cursive, whatever you want to do. But this exercise is really great for ab control. And it also requires you to think a little bit too while you're doing the exercise. All right, you got this. All right, 5 seconds. And rest. Whew. All right, back up to our feet. Next, we're gonna work our lateral movement of our body, and we're gonna do side shuffles. All right, so we're gonna move to the side, move it back. Go ahead and get started. Give you some options from here. So this is option number one. Option number two is to put a little giddy up in your step. Option number three is to get down in that basketball position and shuffle side to side. You got this. Keep it up. Feel those muscles working sideways. All right, 5 seconds. And rest. All right, we're gonna do crab dips next. So I'm gonna pull out a chair here for this one. So we're going off the edge of the chair and dipping down. All right, ready? And go. Keep those elbows going straight back. You have an option of stretching out your legs and bringing it up and down. The closer your feet are towards the chair, the easier it's going to be. We're over the halfway point, so this is when your triceps are going to start screaming. All right, we got this. 10 more seconds. And rest. Whew. All right, we're going to do jump squats next. So our jump squats are coming down, popping it up. All right, ready? And go. Option, just to do a squat. Option, hold onto a chair and do a squat. Right? Option to really power that jump squat up. So go where you need to take this for you today. This is our last exercise in round number one. All right, 20 seconds. You got this. Feel the burn. Keep those knees tracking over your feet. Keep the chest and the eyes up. 5 seconds. And rest. Whew. All right, 1 minute break in between sets if that's all the time that you have for today. Good job. Keep it up. Incorporate these exercises into your day if you only have time for that one set for today. All right, now's a good time to take a deep breath, grab some water. I know some of you like to continue to move in between sets, so go ahead and do that. And we are going to go back to a cross crab touch. If you need the option of doing the crab dips again, as we did before. Okay. All right, let's get into position for those cross crab touches. And we'll start in 10. We got this. Don't forget to smile today. All right, ready? And go. Cross crab touch. With an option of just kicking your feet. Option just lifting your hands. All right, we're doing both. Always have options here, so use those options as you see fit for your fitness level today or how you're feeling today. All right, 20 seconds. And rest. All right, we're back to our feet for some jumping jacks. Again, you can use the option of just striding it out side to side for these. Perfectly fine. You can speed these up as well. Ready? And go. And you can keep it nice and smooth like this. Little coordination involved going on here. You know, option of doing those tight jumping jacks. All right. Like I said, if you keep those legs nice and tight towards your body, there's less risk of injury. Some people tend to go way out like here, and that's a recipe for injuring yourself. So keep those legs nice and tight if you're going to do a standard jumping jack. All right, 15 seconds. All right, and done. All right, we're on the ground again for our marching bridges, with the option of staying up here and really working your lower back as an option. All right, ready? And go. Lift that leg up nice and high. Keep that bridge. Keep that space underneath your body. Drive the leg up. Good job. And again, if you need a little break, keep those hips up. If you need a break from tightening your glutes, go ahead and drop it down. All right, 20 seconds. And rest. All right, super job. Next, we're up to our feet again. Lifting our knees and our arms at the same time. Both arms go up, every knee drive. Ready? And go. Option to jump. Option to speed it up. Option to slow it down. And hold on to a chair. If you're worried about your balance today, hold on to the chair as you drive your knee up. Again, focusing on coordination again. If you're up to it, go ahead and cross that knee across your body, across the midline. Work those rotating muscles in your legs. 20 seconds. And rest. All right, we're gonna do our plank knee drives next. Knee drive-a-palooza today. So again, if you're using a chair for this one, drive that knee up. That's your option for that one. All right. If you're able to do a plank, let's go ahead and get in position and go. Drive that knee to the opposite elbow. Option to do mountain climbers. Option to get onto your knees for your knee plank and kick it straight back if you need to. All right. This is your workout. Use it as you need to. If you're kicking it out this way, tighten those glutes each time. All right, we got 15 seconds. All right, and rest. We're flipping over to do number crunch or Alphabet crunches. There we go. Alphabet crunches. Option to sit on a chair to do these crunches. All right, lay it back. Ready. And draw that alphabet. Any alphabet you want to use is fine. Any font you want to use is fine. If you're sitting in a chair, you can use one leg at a time to make the letters. So it really intensifies our ab control. As we make these letters. All right, 15 seconds. All right, next is our crab dips. So you can do these crab dips off of a chair. I'm going to do mine on the ground this time. But wherever you need to do them, whatever option that you need. Ready? And go. The most important part of these crab dips is that those elbows go straight back. All right, puts a little strain on the shoulders. But we're really concentrating on working those tricep muscles. Dip it down, bring it up. Again, the closer your feet are into your body, the easier these crab dips are going to be. You should lengthen those arms out or legs out, and they're going to be a lot harder. All right, 15 seconds. All right, we're back up to our feet. We're going to do our side shuffles next. So we're going side to side. You can lengthen your stride out. Ready? And go. Again, option to go fast, option to go slower, option to get into that low basketball position and shuffle side to side. Go where you need to go for this one. All right, 15 seconds. Almost done with round number 2. And rest. All right, we got our squats or our jump squats last. So let's see what you got left in the tank for round number 2. Do explosive jump squats if you want. Ready? And go. Again, option to hold on to a chair, option to go deep, option to keep it more shallow depending on your flexibility. You got this. Keep those knees tracking over your toes. Keep the chest up, keep the eyes up. Try not to bend forward. 15 seconds. And rest. All right, round number 2 is finished. Whoop whoop. Again, if you only have time for these 2 rounds, then that is perfectly fine. Try to incorporate some of these exercises throughout your day. While you're taking this minute break, go ahead and take some deep breaths. Grab some water if you need it. Do what you need to do. Think about gratitude. Thank your body for being able to do this today. Thank you for your mind for putting this into your schedule so you can work your body, get it moving around. Again, like I always say, the challenge is always do some of these exercises during the day to keep your body active. All right, we're getting down on the ground, or you can do your crab dips. We're gonna do our cross crab touches. All right, ready? Last round and go. Good job, keep it up. Halfway. All right, got this. And done. All right, back to our feet for our jumping jacks. Again, another reminder, keep those legs tight if you're doing quick jumping jacks. Ready and go. You can step it out to really get those big range of motion with your arms. You got this, keep it up. "20 seconds. Again, take this where you need it to go. And done. All right, we're down for marching bridges next. Option to stand against the wall and kick it back for this one. All right, ready? And go. Lift it up, tighten the glutes, drive the legs. Keep it nice and smooth. Halfway. Keep those hips up. If you need a rest, just drop your hips down and bring them back up. And rest. All right, we're gonna do plank knee drives next. So flip it over in that plank position, or you can do a plank off a wall and do knee drives off of that, with the option of doing the plank knee drives off of a chair too. Ready and go. Option also to change this into a mountain climber. Just keep that plank position nice and tight on this. Try to drive that knee to the opposite elbow. That's our target, depending on your flexibility on whether you can do that or not. Whew, that's a tough one. 15 seconds. And rest. Whew, that's a tough one. All right, back up to our feet. So very similar thing. From a standing position, drive the knee and the arms up. Ready and go. Again, there's an option of putting a little pop in your step. There's an option of holding on so you can not lose your balance as we go.
All right, keep it up. 20 seconds. Arms are getting a little tired here. And rest. Whew. All right, we got alphabet abs next. Down on the ground. Hands underneath those hips. Drive that lower back into the ground. And go. Whew. Lots of ab control here. Keep it going. 20 seconds. See how far in that alphabet you can get. And rest. Whew. All right, we got our side shuffles next. We got this, we're getting there. You guys are doing great. Let's keep it up. All right, ready, and go. Side shuffles. Option to speed it up, option to get your hands out in front into that basketball move. You got this, keep it up. "20 seconds, you can make it. Keep smiling. And rest. All right, we got crab dips next, so I'm gonna do those off of the chair this time again. Again, make sure that piece of furniture is nice and steady. Get those hands right on the edge and go. Option to really lengthen out those legs. That puts a lot more force that your triceps have to deal with. Keep those elbows going straight back and bringing it up. Again, the closer your feet are to your body, the less pressure your triceps are going to have to move with. All right, 30 seconds. We're getting there. This is the tough one. And rest. Whew. All right, our last exercise in the third round is our jump squats. All right, option to do a squat. Ready? And go. Just gonna keep it simple. Do a squat. You can put a little pop into it if you need to. right, you got this. 30 seconds to go. The sun is finally deciding to pop over the mountain. All right, we're gonna extend this one 15 seconds. Keep smiling. Lots of hummingbird fights today. In 3, 2, and done. All right, nice job, everybody. Whoop, whoop. We did it. We did it. We're gonna do a little bit of stretching. Again, try to do some of these during the day. Keep your body, remind your body that you're an active person. All right, let's get our legs out a little further in hip distance. Interlock those fingers, stretch it straight up. Flip those palms over, face the sky. Get a nice long stretch from those knees, through the hips, through the abdomen, up through the arms. The arms did a lot of work today, so let's give them a little extra stretch. All right, let's drop it down to the one side, whichever side it is for you. And again, really try to elongate this side of your body. Really stretch it out. Let's bring it back to center. Let's go down the other side. Really keep this motion lateral. Stretch that spine out. Oh, okay, love it. Let's go ahead and roll our shoulders. Really stretch out those shoulders. All right, let's come back to center. Feet a little bit wider in hip distance. Put your hands on the hips. Let's go ahead and rotate those legs all the way around. Really accentuate that movement. Push out with your hips. Keep this nice and slow. Super important to keep it slow. Let's switch directions. All right, let's give our arms a little extra stretch. So let's bring one of those arms up by your ear. Go ahead and grab your elbow if you're able to, and just pull it back towards the side of your head to get a good stretch on those triceps. We did a lot of tricep work today. And let's give that muscle a little extra attention. Really expand that tricep out. All right, let's switch. Bring the other arm up by your head. Use your hand to gently pull that elbow back by your ear. Don't force it. Just enough so we get a stretch on that. All right, from here, let's
tilt our head towards one shoulder, and we're gonna roll it to the other shoulder, just making that motion of a half circle from shoulder to shoulder. Really stretch out that neck as you go across. All right. Well, I appreciate you giving yourself the time today to come and get your exercise in, get your movement in, whatever it was for you today. That is awesome. Think about something that you're grateful for. Take a few deep breaths. You can thank yourself for making it to do this routine, getting up in the morning. Thank the sun for coming up, for the mountains being majestic. One more deep breath. All right, thanks so much for coming. This is Coach Steve signing off, and